Uni! Where you from, mate? What you studying, mate? What accommodation you staying at, mate? Ah, the Trinity. The 3 questions asked in every first conversation between 2 freshers. And we're going to deal with one of those aspects, which is accommodation. This video is for students planning on living with other students at university, especially for freshers. This is how to survive university accommodation. Tip number 1, clean after yourself. Now, just to warn you guys, the tidy ones among us, alright? When you share a flat or a house with other students, the communal spaces, they might get a bit hectic. And heck diddly gosh darn, might I say it, there's gonna be some mess. Not cleaning up after yourself is just annoying for others because there's other people that have to use the kitchen. And so there's other people that have to look at your mess, make food around your mess, eat around your mess. It's just sad, it's just an inconvenience when you look at the sink and it's the same dirty dishes for the past 2 days. Some mess is inevitable, like sometimes you're in a rush, you're just too busy to clean your dishes straight away after eating from them. And that's fine, it happens, but you can still put your dirty dishes to one side in a space that no one really uses so it's out of the way. Or if you're blessed enough to have a dishwasher, that's also a good place to put your dirty dishes. And if you do put it in the sink, you can always find at least, just 10 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, sometime later in the day to wash your dishes. And just be conscious of the mess you might make whilst making food as well. Like there might be some spillage. Again, that's fine, it happens, food flies everywhere, that's okay. As long as you clean it after you're finished with the kitchen and before you leave. Just because, again, there's other people using that communal space. Tip number 2, make sure you stay friends with your flatmates. Just friends. No need to elaborate on that one. Tip number 3, don't eat in your room. Now, apart from stanking up your room with your mum's kebabs and pakoras, for me it's important to eat with others for the social aspect as well. It's a great opportunity to catch up with your flatmates or get to know your flatmates a bit more. Even if you're not having constant banter or not even directly talking to each other, you might just want to watch a YouTube video like my house tour that I uploaded last Sunday. Watch it in the kitchen or lounge or any communal space with other people. It's still nice to have that company. A good idea is just to knock on your flatmates as well. Like ask them when they're planning on eating and then whether they would want to eat together as well. Oh, friends. Bro, sometimes there's no one in the kitchen, but I'll still try and make an effort to eat there because chances are someone's gonna walk in and then it's an opportunity for a nice chat. Depriving yourself of social interaction by eating by yourself in your room might lead to loneliness, feeling of isolation and feeling of not being included. Obviously there's times where I've ate in my room, for example, like if I'm super busy, if I'm revising, if I need to meet a deadline, if I just need to quickly get something down, then that's when I really eat in my room. Tip 4, establish if you're gonna share stuff. Who stole my milk? Who stole my eggs? Who stole my air fryer? Just call an emergency meeting, yeah, just discuss whether you want to share certain stuff like, doodh, shoodh, pani, pans, spatulas, stuff like that. It's important as well because, for example, I'm Muslim and in the past I've lived with non-Muslims who eat food that are not halal. And back then I just let everyone knew that I was going to use my own plates, cutlery, stuff like that, and I would appreciate if no one else used them just to reduce risk of cross-contamination. But now that I'm living with other Muslims, we share everything. Everything. But yeah, if you're not comfortable with sharing your stuff, which is completely fine, then just say that. Tip number 5, make a bin rota. Trust me. Tip number 6, unless someone has a car and there's a big grocery shop nearby, then I'd really advise you do your groceries online. It's much more convenient for you, you can get your groceries delivered. Normally you get good deals as well online. And with most shops you get loyalty points the more you spend. So when your whole flat is coming together and wanting to do an online grocery shop, then use your account as well because you get loads of points because they're spending so much. Last tip, for your first year accommodation, it's not necessary for you to become the best of friends or the closer friends with the people that you're living with. You didn't get to choose these people, and so you might not have the same interests. You might end up living with people you wouldn't normally hang around with. It's very hit or miss. For me, I got along with everyone. There's like 10 other people I think in my flat. I got along with all of them, but there's only really one out of the 10 people who were tight and like I consider like a close friend. It's important just to be on their good side. That's what I would say. Like you shouldn't cause beef.
Fam, you wanna start beef? Boss beef. Louder.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any beef between you guys because like you have to think you're living with these people for like a year, so it's gonna make it awkward. I remember there was arguments between these two other flatmates. It was so funny because it was over the smallest of things. Like don't be that person, yeah. Don't be that person to make it awkward. Just like you have to be sort of chill and tolerant.